Dave from DNA Reptilia. This is going to be a little bit different of a video. I'm actually going to show you what I actually used to shoot last week's video. Here's a hint. This camera I'm using right now is not something that I used in last week's video. All this stuff is. Alright, this video might actually be short and sweet. I'm going to describe a couple things, the pluses and the minuses to everything that I have actually used in last week's video. As you can see, if you watch last week's video, you'll see it actually looked really nice. One reason, it was shot in 4K. I like doing nice clutch reveals in 4K. Video you're watching now, it's in 1080p. First up is the lighting. What you see there is what is called a softbox. It's a strip box. See how long and narrow it is? And I have what's called grids to help direct the light where you want it to go without too much spillage. See the light there? See, it drops off very rapidly the farther I get away from it. Right there, light off. That is our top down light. Over there is my face light. A smaller softbox, same width, still a grid on it, so I don't spill extra light all back here. Because I want the computer to show up, and I want the blue light to show up in the background also. So I gotta make sure that light is only on this face. Now you may be wondering, what's powering both of these lights? What I have here is brand new Amaran 60 watt continuous LED lights. They are very small. Here's my hand. I can turn it up and down with a touch of a finger. I can actually connect these to a Bluetooth app on the phone called Sidus. I can have this one and this one both controlled with the app. Now, both of those lights were a grand total of about $340 for the pair, mind you. And they just came out recently. I love them little suckers. They're lightweight, which also helps quite a bit when you're booming it over using a C-stand. I don't even have a sandbag down below. I got this light modifier along with this lightweight LED on a C-stand, which is that big stand right there, all the way down to there. Okay. Main camera, as you can see it's still on, is Panasonic GH5. I have the 25mm lens on here, which is equivalent to a 50mm lens. Granted, the GH5 is not known for its focusing, but as long as your subject has enough light, you have better odds of it focusing. What I have here on top is a wireless lav system by Seasonic. Still have the other one right here connected. And no, I am not actually using it for this video because this camera is what's recording right now. This is the brand, and this is the model number for the Seasonic. Granted, it is not the metal housing. I have had the metal housing version at one time. They were unavailable, so I had to get the plastic housing version. I am not disappointed with this version at all. Granted, it's not as heavy duty as the metal version, but this one, I think the internals would be almost the same. It's not Bluetooth connected, it's not 2.4 kilohertz connected, it's UHF, which is a lot more stable and less likely to have interference from other signals around to give you little clicks, bangs, and pops. Now, like I said, I have connected here. I have the lav mic taped to my chest right here. Alright, now we're going to go to the overhead camera. The camera I used to use for overhead is the one I'm filming on right now, which is the FZ1000. It's a 1080p camera. It's a 1-inch sensor camera, 18 megapixel I believe, or 20, one of the two. I think 18. Takes great photos, and it does really good on 4K, but I wanted a little bit more on the focus reliability, because for top down you want the best of what you can do top down. I don't care if my face goes blurry every once in a while. I want the top downs to be really good. But there's also a trade-off. And I actually kind of don't mind it, but it still kind of sucks. This camera I'm shooting on right now, I can do 4K for a half hour and it doesn't overheat. That's a half hour continuous one shot. The Sony ZV-1, I can shoot 4K in 5-minute clips, either 100 megabit or 60 megabit, only 5-minute clips. So every time I do a different snake down here on the felt, I have to start and stop that every time in order for me to sync it with that camera, which turned off, went into sleep. I have to do the old hand clap every single time. I can't just let that one keep recording. And if I do too many recordings in a row, it'll actually shut down and say internal temperatures is too warm, shutting down. So everything I shot with that camera is all in clips, and I have to go one after another to pair up with the audio from that one. GH5, I can record non-stop for hours as long as there's room on the SD card. It just sucks that the focus is not its strong point, but everything else is. This one has the focus as a strong point. That's about it. So, as you can see, to make our clutch video, our 4K videos, it takes a lot more effort on my end to make the videos, and then also I gotta do the editing on the machine back there, which is capable of doing it, but it's a slower process. But the outcome is really good. I figured do a quick little video on the back end process, you know, what is all done here. Yep, that's just crushed velvet, the flexible kind. Have the settings set right so it's not so shiny. If I would have had black acrylic, this light right here would reflect on it. I have to change the angle where that camera would be. I figured let's just do black velvet this time. So hope you guys appreciate the videos, the effort that I put into the 4K videos, and look back at some of our other clutch reviews where I use this camera and see if this camera is actually good enough for you, or if you think the SV1 is actually better. That one's more time consuming, but it's got hella focus. This one is a lot easier. Focus is not 100%, and I don't think I can count on that one being on focus up there. So write down in the comments what you guys think of some of our clutch review videos. And until next time, this is Dave from DNA Reptile signing out. See ya.